On Sunday morning, the 9th of October, we emerged from a very long and trying evening looking at a city that has been impacted by 14 inches of rain, the most massive tree blowdown we've had since the Ash Wednesday storm of 1963. We've got hundreds, if not thousands, of vehicles stalled out or flooded out in our roadways. We've got emergency vehicles that have been damaged because they have tried to respond to emergency conditions and calls for help, and been unable to get into the high water neighborhoods. And we've experienced levels of water in internal neighborhoods throughout our city that we have not seen. And we certainly were struck by the massive impacts of the wind, the rain, the continuous rain, and the fact that our drainage systems could not support this huge weather event. We began the assessment process almost immediately, trying to determine where those neighborhoods were impacted. We were able to get identification of the most seriously affected neighborhoods, and we were unable to actually get in there to rescue people. Thanks to the state bringing in some high water vehicles from the Army National Guard, we began to conduct emergency evacuation efforts. We realized that we did not have a system in place to bring those folks forward and be able to process those individuals. And it was not all the way until Friday morning that we were able to create that capability and to put those mechanisms in place that allows our citizens to feel like we have the ability to assist them and to get them into some temporary sheltering and to provide them some support. Following a most disturbing public meeting in Windsor Oaks Elementary School with those affected, the realization that we were not prepared to assist our citizens in the recovery stages of such an event, we did not have those assets in place. We were able to formulate some strategies and get those in effect Friday. We had been actually performing those services commencing Tuesday night into Wednesday with an affected apartment complex where 300 residents had to be relocated. Because of that pilot effort, we were able to transform that into a full-fledged community recovery center set up at Bow Creek. The things that we have learned is how critically important our volunteers are, the ability for outside agencies to join in and assist us, to come together to form the CRCs, to work collaboratively to find sheltering hotels, to issue vouchers for those in need. We now have a system in place that we can duplicate at all our rec centers. The timeline for getting this done is certainly a lot faster than we had any ability to do in this particular incident. So we're going to set some very strong, some very stringent timeline goals for ourselves. We believe that within day 2, we need to be in that neighborhood once the water recedes in assisting folks to get to our community recovery centers. We're going to need to have many more assets come to bear much quicker in regards to helping our citizens muck out their houses. They were almost paralyzed by the impact to their home, to their family, to all their possessions. It is my belief that we will not conclude the recovery phase until every one of our flooded out homes have been mucked out, that the drywalls have been cut back, and that they have entered the drying phase, because then we're able to move those folks back into their homes and the rebuilding phase will commence.